Alright guys, so I got the Halo black disc wheel covers for my Tesla Model Y Juniper, and I got it because I wanted something that looks a little better than this, but while retaining the efficiency of my car. These do claim a 10% efficiency boost, but I'm guessing that's from without these wheel covers. But I'm still going to compare them both with these stock wheel covers and having it the Halo black disc covers. So right when you open the box, first thing you're going to see here is all of the parts you need to install this disc cover, as well as the center caps right here. We got the tools, and then we got the center lock for each side, and then there's an accessories box in here as well too. I'll take a look at that. So I'll put this aside right here, and then this is the actual wheel covers. They have different designs, and this is the one design that I have. It's got kind of like that turquoise color to it. It reminds me of that F1 Formula One Petronas Mercedes, which would look pretty cool in my car. So inside this accessories box, let's take a look at what we got here. Looks like we got some documentation here. We'll take a look at that soon. Gave us some gloves. And right here we have the wheel protection tape, which adds a little bit of cushion between the wheel and the actual disc, so you don't hear any creaking like how the stock wheel covers do. And looks like we got a pry tool and then some tools here and some bolts as well too. All right, so they make this really easy. The red center locks are for the left side, and the turquoise is for the right. So let's go and set it up. All right, so inside the packaging there's two different center lock caps, and one is H1 and one is H2. The H1 is significantly thicker than the H2, and the reason they have both of these included is because it depends on which car you have. So for H2 I have a Model Y Juniper, which is the cross flow wheels, 19-inch. So for this one I would use the H2, so I don't even need this one for my wheel setup. So it won't go in by itself like this. You have to push this button, and the ball bearings is going to recede, and it allows you to push it in just like that. All right, so next thing we got to do is we got to clean. So for me, I'm going to use surface prep because I'm going to put the adhesive on the edges, and I don't want it to not be able to stick. So you want to use something that is going to not make it too slippery. So you would not want to use something like ceramic coating or any kind of spray detailer. So the next step is we got to apply this wheel protection tape. So even though the actual wheel disc itself does have a rubber insert right here to help reduce vibrations and also from scratching your wheels, they also recommend that you put this as well on the lip. So by the lip of the wheel, we're talking about the part that actually has contact with the actual disc. It's not going to be the inner part, and it's not going to be on the edge of the inner part. It's going to be on the most outside rim that faces this way. Because this rim is rounded, you're going to want to go back and flatten it on both sides so it adheres to it, just like that. And I'm just going to work my way all around the rim. Take your time with this. You don't need to rush this part. All right, and when you reach the end here, you're just going to overlap just a little bit and cut it with a scissor. There you go. And then now, like I said, we're going to adhere it to the wheel all around. Push down on the edges. All right, so once you put this center lock, you want to screw the actual red part. It's going to go counterclockwise, and the black ring is going to go clockwise. And this applies only for the left side of the vehicle. So to make sure that that you're going the right direction, first you could screw the black one till it's tight. And basically you want the red part to protrude as much as possible so that you could put the disc on this and have it rest properly. So we're going to grab onto this, and now we're going to tighten it. You don't want to do it too tight, but this is good enough. There you go. Put the washer next. Make sure you take it off. This little tag on it. And this only applies for the H2. Okay, it says it right here. Center lock washer. It doesn't matter which side you put it, whether this side or that side, but I'm gonna have the words on the outside like that. Now we're gonna grab the actual disc. Here it is. It doesn't matter what orientation it is, but yeah, you just can just align it as much as possible, as center as possible, so that you have that gap in there, so you can put in your H2 cap, which is this one. So H2 cap, it'll say H2. We're going to slide it in, and then it shows clockwise for left side. Is going to go to tighten it with the screw it clockwise. And then you're going to use your tool Okay, the last steps is we're going to get the bolt here. Make sure it has the washers attached to it, and we got the Loctite already applied to it. I'm going to put it into this hole to secure it. You could just do hand tighten first if you want. And then the final step is your center lock. So we're going to place it. See these little ridges? They're actually going to go into each of these sections, and you're going to rotate it right to lock it. So you could just already see which way it's going to go in, and then twist it. There we go. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, take off this tag on the wheel, of course. Have that rest right there. We got our center lock, and we're going to screw on the cap to the center of the thread. Since it's the right side of the vehicle, this is going to be midline, going counterclockwise. Get the holes and make sure it aligns for the rubber washer, or gasket, I guess you would call it. Alright, so now we're going to spin the black portion counterclockwise to make this green center lock protrude as far as it can. Use the tool, and I'm going to go clockwise on the center while holding down the black ring. And once that's tight, we got the actual washer here. We're going to take off the label just like that, and we're going to put the washer on. Then grab the disc, make it center, grab your H2 center cap, and we're going to spin it clockwise. Okay, last but not least, we got our bolt, put in the center, and then we got our cap. There we go. It's holding on tight. Perfect. Okay, so right now currently I have 245 watts per mile since the life of this car with 3,332 miles. I'm going to reset the trip on my A, and I'm going to rename it to the Halo disc. Alright, as you can see here, I've been running the 19-inch Halo black disc covers, and I've been averaging with about 326 miles. I got 234.6 watt per mile compared to what I was at before, around 245. So there's a slight improvement over the stock OEM the wheel covers. I know the rated range for my 2026 Model Y Premium Long Range rear-wheel drive should be about 357 miles, and with about a 227 watts per mile efficiency. So considering I do have a body kit and a roof rack with the bike rack on top of it, I was getting about 245 watts per mile. I didn't change anything for this test, just the wheel covers, and the improvement is about 4%. So possibly that would mean the new efficiency with the stock OEM setup would be down to 217 watts per mile, and you would possibly get about 372 miles of range.